I stand and scan the horizon for you, Jane. And I can't help screaming on the beach. Here's the waitress turned artiste turned waitress, Jane Siberry.
Scan the horizon for you, Mimi. I scan for the both of us. I scan the horizon for you, Mimi. I stand and scan on the strand of sand. I stand and scan on the strand of sand. But first I'm sitting over here. See that gaggle of guys and girls. A typical day at the beach. Come on. Typical till I make my speech. There's a girl out on the sea, floating on a pink surfboard, with a picnic lunch and parasol. Oh, come on. Sitting there like a typical girl. Well, this is not a locker room here, and that's a surfboard, not a yacht. The arrangement's not quite there. One girl asks the skinny guys, aha. Someone else points out a queer. Well, they're all jocks, both guys and girls. Press the button, take your cue, and see the girl with perfect teeth. She picks up lonely guys in bars. She takes off when they bought her drinks. So I say, don't you have money? I ask, of course I do. Well, this is not a locker room here, and that's a surfboard, not a yacht. The arrangement's not quite there. So the day was flawless in beauty, pitched on tropical scenery, stretched from white sand up to the open sky, down the shining sea, and back to me. And meet me on the beach, meet me on the beach, meet me on the beach. Meet me on the beach, meet me on the beach, meet me and me. Well, I'm still sitting over here. One guy just got up and brayed. They wag the words, they're all in heat. Well, I can ignore, just don't steam up the view, okay? And leave me still out on the sea, floating on a pink surfboard. She's jacking out her arms and legs, in case her casing's getting burned. Well, this is not a locker room here, and that's a surfboard, not a yacht. The arrangement's not quite there. The day was flawless in beauty, pitched on tropical scenery, stretched from white sand up to the open sky, down the shining sea, and then back to me. And meet me on the beach, meet me on the beach, meet me on the beach. water now to have my say. The picnic lunch is off, Mimi. Throw your parasol away. Put your belly to the board, Mimi, and paddle out to sea. Then you turn the board around, Mimi, until you're facing me. Then you wait for the waves to start building, Mimi, for the valleys to deepen and the mountains to increase in height. When the right time comes, Mimi, you grab the edges of your board with your hands and lift yourself up and see as far as you can see. Stand up, Mimi. Stand up, Mimi. I scan the horizon for you, Mimi. I scan for the both of us. I scan the horizon for you, Mimi. I stand and scan on the strand of sand. I stand and scan on the strand of sand. The great leveler's coming, Mimi. He's not going to stop to take your pulse. He's not going to stop and ask you why you're the way you are. I think that's the worst part. You never get a chance to explain yourself. He's going to take those mountains, he's going to shove them in the valleys till there's nothing left except a vast expanse. You're going to float there, Mimi, on the flats that gas will seethe your soul. Can you hear me? Should I go away? Can you hear me? And he's going to take everything you have and he's going to leave without saying goodbye. The great leveler, the great escape. But the day was faultless in beauty, pitched on tropical scenery, stretched from white sand up to the open sky, down to the shining sea again and back to me. And Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach. Come on, Mimi. Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach, Mimi and me. It's getting late. Come on, Mimi. Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach. And so it's got Mimi. Mimi on the beach, Mimi on the beach, Mimi and me. There's a girl out on the sea, pink, floating on a pink surfboard. A parasol floats nearby. That's okay, I guess. But the arrangement's not quite there.
Hippest show on TV. You know, this next presenter and I are truly best friends. We have been for some 15-odd years, 20 years. But more important than that, I think, we are show business friends, which to me, as you know, is even closer to my heart. This man is an institution. Some people feel he should be in an institution. When this guy opened for Carol's band Rough Trade a couple of years ago, someone threw a beer in his face. But things are a little bit different for him now. He is a performer, he is an entertainer, he is a writer, an actor, he is my best friend, Martin Short, everybody.
In the words of Sally Field at this year's Academy Awards, you like me! You like me! Thank you for inviting me to present tonight.
very decent of you, I must say. Oh, I suppose it could be better being here. I doubt that very much. No way.
This is the what is it? The CASBYs? What is it, Paul? The Coydens? The CASBYs. Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen, is he not doing a fabulous, fabulous job?
Yes. Marty, this is the CASBY, the CASBY Award, Canadian Artists Selected by You.
Or as it's known in some of the lower income, by yous. It all depends. What? Don't leave me now! Hey! Okay, all right, your finalists for Single of the Year are Moral Support, Strange Day for Dancing. Nash the Slash, 1984. Spoons Tell No Lies. Runaway. Vital Signs, Collage. And the winner is...
It's a five-way tie!
No, I'm kidding. I kid. But it should be. But it isn't. Your choice for Single of the Year is the Spoons Tell No Lies.
This is all right.
He wrote the song, so he gets it.
Oh, thanks, guys. This is unbelievable. Oh, just... I guess this is what it comes down to. A song, you know? This is kind of a tribute, I think, to anybody, any songwriter who's ever had a song that they really believe in, and then to have the extra bonus of having other people believe in it, too. And I love you for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to say special thanks to Nile Rodgers and Leah and Ready Records. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott Pollard.
Scott Pollard.
Carol, I'm starting to get the hang of it. I'm starting to appreciate some of the Canadian nouveau, what is it? New wave, new romantic. One of these.
He seems to know. I don't know.
The Canadian New Wave. I'm understanding it. I'm seeing how to work with the Canadian New Wave audiences. But you got to explain one thing to me. What is it about rock music and wrestling which seems to make them so inexplicably linked these days? What would that be?
Paul, I just can't explain it. All I can say is it's important. I personally am managing 3 very, very well-known lacrosse players, and I'm taking lunch with Wayne Gretzky next week.
Yeah. Regular Cyndi Lauper. Just don't rattle that jewelry on the mics, you know, because we don't want to get that interference in the truck outside. Ladies and gentlemen, here to shed some light on the new relationship between rock music and the violent arts, please welcome Mr. Ted Woloshyn.
you very much. Thank you very much. Good. Okay. Were they serving PCBs at cocktail hour? Before we get into the wrestling aspect of this evening's program, there is an important announcement I'd like to make. This just came over the news wire, and the people in the newsroom have asked me to pass this on, knowing that there are a lot of people here this evening who are working for CBS. Some news just came across the wire, sort of good news, bad news. The good news is that Ted Turner has not purchased CBS. The bad news is Harold Ballard has. Now, there's been a lot of talk, as you probably are well aware of, the relationship between the entertainment industry and the wrestling community. And actually, there are many similarities. First of all, you have to consider that both deal with management, that being agents, managers, and promoters, which right there gives them something in common. Very little of their own money. Now, although the wrestling marriage between the wrestling community and the entertainment community seems to be recent, in fact, it has been around for many years. If you take a look, first of all, the wrestling community introduced us to Gorgeous George, and the entertainment community introduced us to Boy George. The wrestling industry introduced us to the Sheik, while Jerry Lee Lewis taught us how to shake. And more recently, the wrestling community gave us Bulldog Brower, and the entertainment industry countered with Joan Rivers. Now, probably the most important reason that the two have gotten together is, must be for security reasons, and you can understand who would want to attack Cyndi Lauper. Wait, I haven't finished. With Hulk Hogan standing beside her. And it is for that reason that I've decided to jump on the bandwagon, and I now have my own personal bodyguard who is also from the wrestling community. So would you please join me in welcoming my good friend, professional wrestler, Farmer Pete. Sure, you laugh, you say, how could anyone who's 6'4" possibly be protected by someone much shorter? And of course, it all depends on what part of your body you want guarded. Farmer Pete, by the way, is indeed a professional wrestler, and I thank him very much for appearing with me this evening. And on one final note, I would like to point out to you that my friend Farmer Pete was at one time 6'6". But unfortunately, that was before the CBC budget cuts. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.
Here's a girl who's making a statement that, frankly, I don't understand. She has a record on her head with water pouring out. With her are two men, Vancouver's own psychopath of rock, who thinks he's being followed by the CIA, and a man who thinks he's one hot stud. But frankly, girls, he's one hell of an announcer. Please welcome Belinda Metz, B.B. Gabor, and Jim Reid.
Your finalists for Best Non-Recording Artist are...
Chalk Circle. Wonderful, wonderful. Mad Shadows. Rheostatics. Gretzky? Wayne Gretzky, how did he get in here? Wait a minute. Sample and hold. And sheep look up.
Well, there's a couple of names missing from this list, you know. Best non-recording artist, eh? Well, I haven't made an album for 3 years. I've been too busy being a psychopath. There's a lot of money in that nowadays. You know, look at Clifford Olson, you know.
And your choice for best non-recording artist is?
My choice. Don't
say it.
Am I allowed to say it yet?
No, don't say it.
Can I say it yet? Can I go home to Vancouver yet? Please, please, can I?
And your choice for best non-recording artist is who else but Chalk Circle.
Wow, we've never really won anything like this before. I'd like to thank everyone for voting for us. We really appreciate the support around town. I'd also like to thank the competitors for being supportive also. I know especially the Rheostatics and Sheep Look Up should get honorable mention. I know those guys personally. They're really good.
Thanks a lot.
The 1985 CASBY Awards will be back with Darkroom, The Gospel Project, Images in Vogue, Richard Manuel, Manteca, Nash the Slash, The Nylons, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, Psychedelic Furs, Samantha Taylor, Dave Thomas, and Catherine O'Hara right after these messages.